Well, chat, let's go a little bit more. I'm willing to go one more season tonight. I mean, it was a late start to tonight's stream anyway. So I'm willing to go a little bit further here, especially because I'm intrigued at what the hell is going to happen. Chat's Clippers. For this season, point guard still Mo Williams. Rick Brunson, Judd McMillan still behind him. Shooting guard, now you got J.R. Smith in there. Forward, Quentin Richardson, and you still have Tremaine Folks behind him. Power forwards, Elton Brand, Lamar Odom, and Samaki Walker. And at center, Michael Olowokandi and Melvin Ely. For the record, your lineup would look like this, with Williams, Smith, Richardson, Odom, and Brand. Olowokandi as the sixth man. Walker, Eli, Folks coming off the bench. That's really the best case scenario, that your coach is smart enough to play Elton Brand as the center. That's not a bad starting five. I don't know if it's playoff caliber, but that's not horrible. Whether or not it's enough to deter certain people from being like, nuke the team, I don't know. And that kind of brings us to what you guys want the block to look like this year, you know? You willing to just leave it open and see what happens? You want to see if you get tempted by a deal for one of the big three? What are you guys thinking at this point? What do you think? What do you think? And, of course, in terms of future picks, you have your first this year. No first in 06. You do have the backup protection first in 07. So nothing too crazy in terms of extra picks right now. Put the big names on the board. To see. I mean, we can do that. Doesn't mean they're going to get traded. Doesn't mean they're going to get traded. Say that you keep, like, Williams, though. Get Samaki Walker up there. You can't. So Melvin Ely. Any disagreements with this? Everyone expendable but Brand. All right, so there's some mixed feelings about Elton Brand, which is understandable. Hoping that would show something cooler. Any disagreements then? I mean, Brand can always be on the block, but can be treated as untouchable. For my Wizards, nobody at point guard. Shooting guard, hopefully they play Jamal Crawford at shooting guard, and then or at point guard, and then Tony Allen at shooting guard. Forward, Andre Iguodala. I still got to edit him. We got Bosch and West at power forward, then Al Jefferson at center, who I also need to drop back down in terms of rating. All right. Elton Brand over to the Untouchables list. And then probably your first this year. Let me know if you disagree about that. And from there, we need to make Iguodala and Jefferson worse again. I'm so glad Man with No Name reminded me that this is a possibility. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm probably going to break the right stick, though. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dude, the ratings don't drop by that much. It's crazy. There's so many attributes. Double tap A to edit all. Fuck! I can do that too? I'm telling you, my brain has been broken by EA's archaic systems. I'm telling you. Well, hey, at least we know for the future, right? So Jefferson, A. Cool. God damn it. I wish you spoke up sooner. We wasted a lot of time before. Shout out to Stubbs. What's going on, man? Iguodala to 78. Jefferson. Oops. Drop him to like a 76. There we go. We're going to call that good. We're going to call that good. All right. So looking at my game plan for the year then. Bill Cartwright's my head coach, huh? Tim Dudley. Fuck. The coach isn't smart enough to play Crawford at point guard. Iguodala, Bosch, Jefferson, and then David West, Tony Allen off the bench. God damn it. Why aren't you playing Tony at guard and Crawford at point guard? Fast working demon hours today. You should wake up at 7 for working 4 to 1. Jesus, that sounds horrific. Horrific, I say. God damn, that's a lot of 05 potential right there. For me, there's really nobody to move on from. I mean, like Aaron Williams. Honestly, just like the random dudes that were making way too much money because of the file. Like, if I can move out the cap space, now's the time to do it. So, but yeah, chat, there is conflicting thoughts about Elton Brand from chat. So you know what? He's not going to be untouchable, but he's not going to be on the block. And we'll see what happens as we get ready for our third season at the helm of these teams in the Kobe era. Again, my Wizards should still be pretty bad. Chat's Clippers continue to just kind of be in a state of flux. Of like, where exactly are they going? And by pretty bad with the Wizards, I meant terrible. You guys do get a trade offer for Lamar Odom, but it's Tim Thomas at 27, Damian Wilkins. I mean, that's just brutal, quite frankly. That's obviously a no. You know, it does make me think now, though, for the 05 draft. It does make me think. Do I care? I have to know something really quickly. All right, bear with me. Bear with me. But again, like, there were a couple of players missing from this draft. I just want to know. Like, if we look at a random power forward at the bottom, I edit this guy. Has somebody actually made, like, Amir Johnson DNA? Has anybody cared? No disrespect to the man, but has anybody actually bothered to be like, hey, I made Amir Johnson? Because I feel like the best way to get these draft classes, you know, replicated is you got to do patchwork from a bunch of different things. One person made an Amir Johnson. Fucking respect. Respect. Are the vitals right? May 1st. Age at start of season. Jesus Christ. Well, it wouldn't be that. Why does some have the birth date, but then others have the age at the start of the season? He'd be 18 when he was drafted. Can I see? I don't know what the hell his rating would be, though. That's the one scary thing, is I can't see his attributes from there. If NHL had this, I'd be making draft classes all day, right? I mean, it doesn't look like his rating is going to be insane. So I think I'm good with that, because it'll refresh where he's supposed to be. Shits and giggles. As we say hello to Sid. Sweet, beautiful Sid. How are you, my favorite trash panda? How'd the stream go? There's no way someone made an Ersan Ilyasova, right? Does anyone care about Ersan Ilyasova enough? They do. Fair enough. Sid, what were we up to tonight, man? Again, how'd the stream go? Vitals. 15th of May, 1987. So again, he would have been 18. How the hell do I always find ways to roster edit? I can't escape it. I can't escape it. It's insane. We'll know if those guys have too high a ratings because it'll skyrocket them above someone like David Lee. That's how we'll know. But since we're here, did someone make a Brandon Bass? We might as well try to find out. I'm intrigued now. Nobody made Brandon Bass. Oh, poor Brandon Bass. Poor Brandon Bass. That's a shame. Did anybody... And last one I'm going to check here. Did anybody make a CJ Miles? I don't believe he was there. Yeah, there's no one like randomly named Miles. Download Chinese player. The GOAT. Chinese player. Shout out to the dudes thugging it out and create a player for early 2010 player roles. Right? All right. Did anybody make a CJ Miles? Yeah, there we go. We got a Darius Miles. Succulent Chinese player. All right. Lou Williams was in. He was just named Lewis. Caught me off guard. All right. I think CJ was the last one to check. Birthday is totally wrong. So I'm a little bit worried. Age of start of first season. Technically, he ended up being 19 that year, but at least left-handed like he should be. All right. Like I said, we'll keep an eye on these. But from what I could tell, those were some of the missing players. It's not all of them. No disrespect. I'm not looking for fucking Luther Head or Ronnie Turioff. So we'll see what happens. Remind me to double check that. Actually, it won't even take that long for us to double check it. So we'll get through this week. All right. Let's see if any of them had like crazy high ratings. So power forward. Didn't seem to change much yet. Yeah, they're still at the bottom. Okay, so it's not every week. It must be like every month. So we'll give it a little bit of time. So we do head into December. Jets Clippers around 500. I get a trade offer for Al Jefferson that I am definitely not making. I really should have put him on the untouchables list. And why don't I? Untouchables for me: Bosch, Crawford, Iguodala, Jefferson, West. There we go. That's better. All right, one more look. Did that update now? Still hasn't updated. Really? Still has him at the bottom. Still has him at the bottom. Aha! Okay, so my scouts have apparently looked at Ilyasova. I mean, that's not horrific based on where he was drafted, right? He was second round, actually. Okay. Whoops. Oh, but I can't. Can I do the ratings change from here? Attributes. Oh, I can't do the quick edit from here. Fuck. All right. Well, I won't do this again because it's probably going to get me into trouble long term. It's just going to be too much work. Try mock draft. That's fair to see where it has Ilyasova. I mean, it has him at 21. That's not brutal. And hey, look at that. I didn't even have to add Luther Head. Honestly, that's okay. That's a fair shout, Heathen. I'm going to blame the fact it's late. Has CJ Miles in the second round. Has Nate Robinson in the second round. So, you know, I think we're okay. I think we're okay. Except it has Amir Johnson 14th. That's not too bad. We're fine. We're fine. We're moving on. Nothing else. No other players. We're moving. We're moving. We're grooving. Do not get me into MBA roster editing mode because I will do it. So you guys get a trade offer for Quentin Richardson. And would also have the ability to shed the cap of Mark Watson. It's for Glenn Robinson, who makes a shitload of money. Expiring deal, but Indy's first round pick in 2009. I think you'll be able to get a similar deal if you decide to blow it up. Right? If you guys decide to use your nuke, I think you'll be able to get a pretty similar deal down the road. Maybe even better. So I imagine this is a no from you guys. Let me know, but I would imagine this is very much a no. The roster's cross-plat. Yes. Yeah, so there is cross-plat roster sharing in this game. NHL, please. Thank you. Dude, I would kill for this fucking system in NHL. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, dude. Like, can you imagine? Like, here's the thing, right? If you had this type of system in NHL, you would literally have someone like me doing the modern day rosters, and you'd have someone like Snipe and Score. Dude, what Snipe could do. And honestly, if this was possible, I'd be able to contribute with Snipe as well. Not that he fucking needs my help, but I'd want to help to make his workload lighter. Because literally, it would just be, okay, I made this player. Go download their DNA and get them onto your big file. Fuck. Kill for that in hockey. Kill for it. Or, you know, hockey's rosters could just be better by default. Anyway. Hello. I accept. Remember when we made that joke years ago? Nothing changed. All right. Clippers still hovering at around 500 at best. As we head into January, that's a trade you might want to take. Sid, hello again. I am doing well, my friend. How was your stream? I figured you had to step away for a minute. Needs more Fortnite emotes, right? You guys get a trade offer. Michael Olowokandi and a depth player in Lavore Postel for a future first rounder from Orlando and Bo Outlaw, who's a tack on. Do you trade the 29-year-old center and former first overall pick, Michael Olowokandi, to Orlando for a first rounder probably in 2008? If I'm playing Dead by Daylight, that's like your go-to game at this point, isn't it? I mean, it has been for a while. But I feel like everyone has like their one fallback game. That's yours, right? Unless there's something else I'm not thinking of. Anybody want to say no to this deal? Otherwise, it's going through for Chat's team. Trading the Candyman to Orlando. Going once. I think that's a pretty good deal for you guys. I mean, Olowkandi's a bench player for you. He's making decent money. Going twice. Sucks is protected. Well, yeah. So, I mean, it's probably going to be a 2008 over a 2007. However, that 2008 draft, Russell Westbrook, DeAndre Jordan, Kevin Love, Brooke Lopez, Serge Ibaka. You know? Not bad. But all right, Chat's going to take this. Candyman goes to Orlando, leaving your roster looking like this. Mo Williams, J.R. Smith, Lamar Odom, Elton Brand, and Melvin Ely has been moved into that starting center position. Based on the block, I am sure you guys now want Samaki Walker there and Bo Outlaw, if possible. So, not bad. We march less than a month away from this trade deadline. Where Chad, I can tell, is still a bit torn between do we wait, do we blow it up, what do we do? That trade's not going to be worth it for you. Bender and McDyess are both older. Actually, that's a lie. Bender's 23, but McDyess is 30. I mean, Bender is basically a weaker version of Lamar Odom. And McDyess makes $5 million a season. I know if you trade Lamar Odom, you're going to want a high pick back, basically. So you'd have to give up a first rounder in 09, so I know you're going to say no to that. I'm going to decline it. If I'm somehow wrong, let me know. You guys do need to sign a scrubbity scrub, Luther Kane, for the rest of the season on League Min. Fill out the roster after trading the Candyman. Quentin Richardson, we just talked about Antonio McDyess, so that's a no. For me, Ulamide and Stacey Augmon for Jacobson, and I don't think I'm going to want that. I mean, Jacobson's 23 in a C. 23 and a C+. Yeah, that's a no. That is a no. My Wizards, by the way, at 9-35. Somehow beat you guys, though. And that is the trade deadline. My Wizards at 10-35. Chat's Clippers at 17-28. You're not going to make the playoffs this year. You just want to stay the course now that you have Mo Williams and J.R. Smith. You just want to stay the course as opposed to blowing it up. Let me know. I imagine you do. I mean, it is a young, developing team. And they're bad enough that you're going to be in the lottery. I wouldn't nuke it if I was in your situation because I'm not significantly close to winning myself. You know? Ooh, Bobcats might be worse than me. That would be unfortunate. That would be unfortunate. All right, only thing to check right now, contract extensions. For you guys, do you want to bring back Melvin Ely as a depth center? He's willing to sign for cheap. Outside of that, it would be... Well, Bo doesn't want to come back. Folks, nothing. Do you guys want to sign Melvin Ely for dirt cheap as a depth center? You could do worse. Sign this guy until he's 30, have a depth center. Let me know if you disagree about until 30. But honestly, $850K for 4 years to have him as a second string center. No need to use the bird years on him. Save that for higher contract values. Any disagreements on that? That's what I would sign him to, at least. And that's pretty much what I always set it to. You could front load. That's true. I mean, again, pretty much that's what I would do in terms of the signing. I'm willing to make adjustments if you guys want. It is your team after all. Any disagreements about re-signing Melvin Ely for dirt cheap? Going once. Going twice. All right, Melvin Ely is back with the Clippers for the foreseeable future. And again, you had really nobody else to worry about. These guys are all filler. For the Wiz, nobody that I care about. So we're good to go. We are good to go. Looks like we'll probably get to at least one more draft tonight then. Because neither of us are going to make the playoffs. Neither of us will make the playoffs. It's just a matter of how bad we'll be and how badly I'm going to get screwed in the lottery, because you know that's coming. You know that's coming. I don't have a hope in hell of winning a lottery. No matter how bad I am. I'm the Vancouver Canucks of the NBA. Just an absolute disaster. All right. A month to go in the season. Beating the Bobcats is not good for me, so please don't do that again. Thank you. Yeah, so we know the Wiz aren't making the playoffs. 25-48 for the Clippers. Also, a bit more of a developmental year for you guys. But again, I think we're in, at worst, pretty similar spots. I don't think I'm so drastically ahead. In just his second year as a pro, LeBron James wins league MVP for the Miami Heat. If I had gotten LeBron in the year one draft, you guys are dead in the water. But I didn't. So, LeBron wins MVP for Miami. Rookie of the year. If I had gotten Dwight Howard, you guys would be in trouble. But I missed out there too. Dwight Howard wins Rookie of the Year for the Toronto Raptors. Sixth Player of the Year, Rasheed Wallace for the Houston Rockets. Defensive Player of the Year for the third consecutive season, Ben Wallace. Most Improved, the Bobcats expansion pick, Boris Diaw. Coach of the Year, Utah's Jerry Sloan. Executive of the Year, Utah's Ryan Johnson. First Team All-NBA, Dwayne Wade. Tracy McGrady, LeBron James, already a 91, fuck's sake. Kevin Garnett, and Shaquille O'Neal, who is heading to free agency, perhaps. Your all-defensive team, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, Tim Duncan, and Ben Wallace. Your all-rookie team, J.R. Smith, Luol Deng, Emeka Okafor, Devin Harris, and Dwight Howard. If you had gotten LeBron and Dwight, this era would be over in like another year. Dude, it might be over this year if I had gotten LeBron and Dwight. LeBron's a 91. Dwight's already an 81. So the playoffs this year, Utah, Portland, Denver, Memphis, Phoenix, LA, Houston, Minnesota, Miami, Atlanta. Dude, Miami's already the number one seed in the East with LeBron. Milwaukee, Orlando, Detroit, Chicago, New Jersey, and hello, Cleveland. So those are your playoff teams this year. Let's take a look at how our teams did, at least our players. For Chat's Clippers, it was, again, pretty much all about Elton Brand. Averaged a double-double. Richardson on 17. Odom pretty close. J.R. Smith, 15 points. Mo did pretty well as well. I mean, honestly, it's not looking that bad for you guys, really. Then for the Wizards, all about Chris Bosh continuing to develop. Jamal Crawford as well. Iguodala's up to a 79. Jefferson is 77. David West did okay. David West is the sixth man. That's a pretty good setup for me. Okay. Well, again, that's a season in the books in the early stages. This is what matters. Where did Dwayne Wade go? Oh, we just looked at him. Portland. Maybe we didn't just look at him. I lied. I'm being sassy and rude. I apologize. We'll sim the first round. Utah, Denver, Houston, Phoenix, Miami, Milwaukee, New Jersey, and Detroit. Not a single first round upset. Conference finals will be Utah, Houston, Miami, and Detroit. And the finals. Miami and Utah. Dude, the Heat have already made an NBA final with LeBron. They got Jason Williams at point guard, Eddie Jones and Eddie House, LeBron and Caron Butler, Carlos Boozer, and then nobody at center. So you know Boozer's playing center. Caron Butler's going to play power forward. That's insane. The Jazz have Jason Kidd and Gilbert Arenas. Forwards, Andre Karolinko, Matt Harpering, Cherokee Parks, Chris Kaman at center. Jesus Christ. Now, it is showing teams with players down in developmental, but again, it wasn't whenever I select. It's not letting me do that unless they've changed where you can do that from. So, who's it going to be? The Utah Jazz. Very LeBron losing his first trip to the final. The Utah Jazz win the 2005 NBA title behind an MVP effort from Gilbert Arenas. Wow. Wow. I mean, in fairness, that Utah team was sick. That Utah team is very, very good. I mean, again, you imagine their starting five would have been that right there. Kidd at point guard, Arenas shooting guard, probably Harpering forward, Karolinko power forward, Kaman at center. That's a very good starting five, right? Compared to the Heat, didn't quite have the depth. Not quite. Good, but just not quite there yet. Here's the thing. They're soaking on the streets. They're soaking on the sheets, too. Here's the thing, chat. I stand by my previous declaration. I think you guys are winning this era. I think you are. I don't think I'm going to be able to get past Miami. I think LeBron is going to be so dominant that I don't even know if I'm ever going to see the finals. Not that you guys don't have some tough competition in the West, but I think LeBron ending up on Miami is going to cost me this challenge as well. Olajuwon, Strickland, Divac, David Robinson, Sean Kemp, Gary Payton, a lot of big veteran names. Moving on into retirement. Robert Horry, Antonio Davis. It turns out that Davis trade might not have been too bad. Albert Chaney's gone. Lawrence Funderburk. Hall of Fame inductees, Olajuwon, Robinson, Payton. Yep, and yep. Jersey retirements, Payton, Kemp, and Wow, Olajuwon didn't have his number retired, huh? Payton, Kemp, and Robinson, though. Fair enough. Historic changes. NBA.com has a new mock draft, apparently. Players will not be eligible for the entry draft until is 1 year removed from high school or an international player 19 years or older. Uniform change for the Celtics. Uniform and logo change for the Pacers. And a logo change for the Pistons. That brings us to the 2005 NBA Draft Lottery, where the Bobcats have the top odds. They were worse than me. I'm in second, chat in fourth. And then I have the bonus picks courtesy of Dallas and Sacramento. Who would have thought they'd both be that bad? Wow. Well, congratulations, chat, on your number 1 overall pick. I'm probably going to pick 5th, 10th, and 11th or some shit like that. Well, let's see what happens. The Chris Paul sweepstakes is here as the Hornets will select 14th. Maybe the Clippers will get Chris Paul after all. 13th overall belongs to Golden State. I can't wait to see how this lottery fucks me. 3 years in a row. I'm ready. 12th overall belongs to the San Antonio Spurs. This lottery is going to dick me over. I just know it. 11th overall belongs to the Philadelphia 76ers. The 10th overall selection belongs to Boston Celtics. Here we go. Sacramento holds at 9. Here we go. I'm ready. The 8th overall pick belongs to the Washington Wizards. The 7th overall pick belongs to the Toronto Raptors. Okay. The 6th overall pick belongs to the Pacers. So again, the Kings kept their pick, but I do get the pick from Dallas. The Knicks have moved up. Chat's Clippers will select 5th overall. So for me, it's 8 and a top 4 pick. Here we go. Show me at number 4, baby. Nope. Okay, the Sonics at 4. Show me at number 3, baby. You know it's coming. Come on, just right up in there. Just straight to the balls. Come on. Give it to me. The New York Knicks at 3. Well, Deron Williams or Chris Paul? Old Darren, I should say. I always heard Deron growing up, and I was like, no, it's Darren. Fuck! Come on! I can never win! And then the Bobcats get the number 1 odds that I had for the past 2 years, and immediately David Stern's like, first pick to the Bobcats. Fuck you, David. Fuck you. God fucking damn it. So my Wizards will select at number 2, 8, 19, 20, and 26, as well as number 30. Chat's Clippers will be selecting at number 5. Chat, you have not used your nuke. No. I have so many picks this year. Second. Of course I'm not going to get Chris Paul. Unless the AI is fucking stupid. Moki throwing out the idea of a chat nuke heading into the 2005 draft. You could explore it. I, of course, have already used my nuke. But you could explore it. We can't guarantee that trade from the trade finder. I can always look, though. I can always look. Like, for example, if you guys wanted me to look at what Elton Brand could fetch you, actually, never mind. I can't, because I can't switch teams. It has me locked to the Wizards. Hold on. What if I do that? And then, okay, there we go. Elton Brand. No trade offers found for Elton Brand. Is Lamar Odom enough to get you the first overall pick? Get you Carlos Boot? Wow. Jesus, you might want to... Oh, then again, Boozer only has a year left. Ashburn, Wallace. There is no deal for the first overall. There would be a deal for the 7th overall pick if you were to get rid of Lamar Odom. A 2009 first rounder and Rasheed Wallace. But again, right now, there are no offers. I'm not trading you the second overall pick. Right now, there are no offers that would fetch you the first overall, and you can't deal Elton Brand. The Bobcats in a trade finder. I mean, that's not how it works, though, but that's not technically how it works, because I never do that, but now all of a sudden they're like, sure, give us Elton Brand. But unfortunately for you, the Bobcats are being silly. I'm seeing no nuke. Are you finalizing that decision? We'll throw it to a vote. No extra votes allowed. Is Shaq going to use their nuke here? I don't think you should. At all. I'm not just saying that to improve my standing. Again, you got Brand at center, Odom at power forward, Quentin Richardson, JR, Mo Williams. Looks like no is going to win out overwhelmingly. Okay. All right. It's done. First overall pick, the Charlotte Bobcats select Chris Paul. Just right in the balls, David. Right in the balls. With the second overall pick, the Washington Wizards get trade offers. Ooh. I have to at least explore this. Don't get me wrong, Darren Williams, David Lee. They're not bad. But I have to explore this. Keith Van Horn in the 11th. I don't think Van Horn would stay long term. Ricky Davis and Andre Miller. But I would have to give up. They both have 1 year left, and I'd have to give up an 06 first. Mashburn and Pollard. Matt Harping in a first. Mike Bibby, Doug Christie, but I'd also have to give up pick number 30. Derry, I know. I started late tonight, so I figured I'd stream late. Ron Artest and Bobby Jackson, but I'd have to give up a pick. Not sure why you're upset about Paul. I thought you wanted to win. How dare you? Shard Lewis and Vladimir Radmanovich. I had to give up an 07 first. Derek Anderson and Ruben Patterson. Oh my God! Yes! The second overall pick and my first rounder next year for Chris Paul and Brian Grant. Here's the problem. Brian Grant gets paid a fuck ton of money. Like, fuck. And the 2006 draft, I'm probably still going to have a good pick. LaMarcus Aldridge, Kyle Lowry, Paul Millsap. Oh my God, they're going to make me turn down a Chris Paul trade because I cannot, in good faith, take on $16 million worth of Brian Grant. Ugh. $16 million of Brian Grant. Fuck. I don't want to bring in Keith Van Horn because Bosch already starts there. Davis and Miller each only have 1 year, and I can't guarantee that they're going to stay. I think I have to keep the pick. I have to keep it. Oh my God. I get the offer for Chris Paul, and that's all I saw at first. Dude, $16 million for Grant. No. But you trade Grant. I'm not in control of a Grant trade, though. I'd be at the mercy of the trade block. Do I take on $16 million to bring in Chris Paul, or am I fine with Darren Williams? Fuck. It's only for 2 years, but that could be a costly 2 years. Okay, now the good news is that Sacramento's first rounder in 06, not my own. Chris Paul's apparently is 79. I do not have a point guard. I literally need a starting point guard, too. Sacramento was a lottery team this year, which is why I didn't end up with their 2005 first rounder. So again, Sacramento wasn't that good this year. That's the second overall pick and a lottery team from this season's pick next year unprotected. But I get Chris Paul. The downside is I have to take on Brian Grant's abysmal contract. But that 2006 pick could be anything. That could even be Chris Paul. Fuck. I have to take it. The fucking Bobcats, man. The fucking Bobcats just backed me into a corner. Dickheads. Dickheads. The 06 draft sucks. I mean, again, like, no one's Chris Paul, but Aldridge, Lowry, Millsap, Rudy Gay. Yeah. The Washington Wizards are trading the second overall pick and Sacramento's unprotected first-round pick next year to the Charlotte Bobcats for the first overall pick, Chris Paul, and the anchor of a contract of Brian Grant. Done deal. Chris Paul, we got you anyway, brother. But I have to take on one of the worst contracts I've ever seen. Charlotte didn't even take Darren Williams. They took Marvin Williams. Did you get confused? The Knicks at 3 select Darren Williams. And the Sonics at 4 take Andrew Bogut. I do have a ton of first rounders, it's true. Chat's Clippers get no offers for the pick. So let's go over what your team looks like. At point guard, you have Mo Williams and nothing else. Shooting guard, J.R. Smith. Forward, Quentin Richardson. Power forward, Elton Brand and Lamar Odom. Samaki Walker as well. And at center, Melvin Ely. They knew you wanted Paul. Honestly, it was a pretty smart move, right? In theory, for the Bobcats to be like, okay, they're going to want Chris Paul. We can drop a shit contract on him. Like, if the AI was actually that smart about it, then yeah, that makes sense. So, chat, here are your options. At point guard, Raymond Felton, Jarrett Jack, Luther Head, and an underrated Nate Robinson, apparently. At shooting guard, CJ Miles, Gerald Green, Lou Williams, Martell Webster, Monta Ellis. At forward, Danny Granger, Joey Graham, Julius Hodge. Power forward, Ersan Ilyasova, Amir Johnson, David Lee, Andre Blatch, Chuck Hayes, Charlie Villanueva. Again, these two might have ended up being slightly too good, but we also saw that their potentials aren't crazy. So I think they're going to have half-decent overalls, but not crazy potentials. And then center, Andrew Bynum. Ron Vasquez, Channing Frye, Ronnie Turioff, Archie Gortat, Ian Mahaney. Sask, thank you very much for the raid, by the way. How'd the stream go? What do you guys think? I'm seeing shouts for Danny Granger. Sask, how'd the stream go, by the way? Welcome in. Seeing shouts for Granger and Bynum. Granger, Bynum. All right, let's put this up to a vote. Will it be arguably the best player available, Danny Granger, or will it be a position of need, in a sense, Andrew Bynum? What do you guys think? There was a shout for CJ Miles, Gio, but you're overruled on that by the rest of chat, you know? Let's see what you guys think here. Will it be Jesus Bynum or Danny Granger? Will it be Granger, by the way, starter to all-star for his setup there, and then bench all-star for Bynum? We send a trade to the Wizards for Chris Paul on a $60 million contract. I mean, that could be a starting point. That could be a starting point. You know me. I'm always willing to talk, chat. I'm always willing to talk. But I'm not going to get fleeced by you. Zask, I've been pretty good, man. No complaints. No complaints. All right. The pick is in. Danny Granger is off to the Clippers. Yeah, it's a pretty good pick for you guys. The Pacers. Nah, Meg, I don't want. I mean, we could always make the trade for Granger, but I'm not really feeling it. I don't really need him. I got Iguodala. The Pacers at 6 take point guard Raymond Felton. Raptors at 7 are going to trade the pick. No, they're not. They're going to take Ersan Ilyasova. My Wizards are up at 8. No trade offer. Fuck. But I got Chris Paul. Crawford and Allen. Iguodala. Bosch, West, Grant. Oh, God. He gets paid. Can I buy him out, like, right now? And then Jefferson. All right. Sask, again, thanks for the raid. I do know it's late. But I appreciate you. Hope COD's been treating you well. All right. I, in theory, need a forward, but I could also just take the best player available. Which could be Amir Johnson, but he's also more of a big. David Lee. Hold on, what do we got here? We got Jarrett Jack at point guard. Lou Williams, CJ Miles, Gerald Green. Vaughn Wafer. I didn't even see him. CP3, the bad contract for Odom. No. Amir Johnson, starter bench. Yeah, David Lee, all-star starter. Let's see. Johnson was starter bench. David Lee is all-star starter. Bynum all-star bench. It might be David Lee. Not that I need another big man. Not that I need another big man. But he is the best player left in this draft. I'm good with taking the best player available. David Lee. Welcome to Washington. Sacramento at number 9. Take Andrew Bynum. The Celtics at 10 are going to trade the pick to Dallas for Michael Finley and Sean Bradley. Dude, 11-year-old me would have been pumped for Sean Bradley to be a Celtic just because he's fucking huge. Dallas at 10 take Julius Hodge. The Sixers at 11, Channing Frye. San Antonio at 12 are going to trade the pick to Indiana for Theo Ratliff and Bobby Jackson. So the Pacers select Gerald Green. The Warriors at 13, Fran Vasquez, big Spanish center. Hornets at 14, Amir Johnson, which I think is where he was drafted in real life. The Hawks at 15. Also trade the pick, along with the first next year, or 2 years that's lottery protected, for Keith Van Horn and Mark Jackson. Philadelphia at 15, Ike Diogu. Cavaliers at 16. Also trade the pick, along with the first in 09, to Sacramento for Andrew Bynum and Doug Christie. So the Kings at 16 take Martell Webster to replace Christie. The Bulls at 17 take point guard Jarrett Jack. And the Blazers at 18 take Johan Petro, leading me to have back-to-back picks, and I'm going to have to make this first one. I didn't get any trade offers, and man, maybe I should have taken a point guard because there's a lot of bigs available here. Honestly, right now, Lou Williams is probably the guy as someone that can play point guard. I mean, it is back-to-back picks. Is there anybody? Starter bench. Starter G League. You don't like to see that. You don't like to see that. Anybody with a good potential here. Gortat, potential all-star. Gortat, Salem Stoudemire. Villanueva. Shit. Okay. Well, no doubt here then my first pick is... Ah, man. Is who? Is Lou. Lou Williams, welcome in. Pick number 20, I do get a trade offer for. I'm definitely going to explore this. Like the Ogu and Corliss Williamson. Ooh, I could get rid of the Eschmeyer contract. Not that I need the... But then again, I'd be picking up the Williamson contract. I could basically just get rid of Aaron Williams, but whatever. 2 future firsts from Memphis. Damn. Antonio McDice. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Alvin Williams gets paid way too much. Ben Gordon? That's not too bad from Houston. Spurs, 2 future firsts. They also weren't a playoff team this year. 2009 first to bring in Andrew Bogut, the 4th overall pick. Let's fucking go. I'm sending pick 20 in a first rounder in 09 for Andrew Bogut. It is my first in 09, but that's okay. Welcome in, Andrew Bogut. Seattle take Rashad McCants. I'm still going to lose this era. I'm telling you. Orlando at 21, Luther Head. Memphis at 22, Andre Blatch. Bucks at 23, Linus Kliza. Suns at 24, Marcin Gortat. Nuggets at 25, Joey Graham, bringing me up again at 26. No trade offers. And, yeah, CJ Miles, Ronnie Turnioff, Monta Ellis, Charlie Villanueva. Didn't Gortat play for the Suns? Yes. I mean, Villanueva's still there, right? And he had that decent ceiling. I think he was the only one. Salem Stoudemire or Charlie Villanueva. I mean, Villanueva's the better pick. Stoudemire's the need. We're going for Villanueva, I think. Younger, better already. Welcome in Charlie Villanueva. We'll see if Stoudemire falls to me at 30. Nope, he immediately goes to Houston. New Jersey at 28, CJ Miles. Miami at 29, Monta Ellis. And me up at 30. I do get a trade offer out of it. Okay. 26 of them. Jesus. I don't want to take on Corliss Williamson's contract. I don't want to take on anyone's contract there either. Jerome Williams. Not bad depth for the year. Doug Christie in a second. Boston's first rounder in 07. 2 future first rounders from Memphis, and I get rid of Aaron Williams. So right now it's the Memphis deal. Definitely not Miami. Pollard in the second. 2 future firsts from Utah. I like the Memphis one more. Tony McDice, Keon Dooling. That Memphis deal is going to be real tough to turn down. New Jersey's in the same conversation. Well, there's Salem Stoudemire if I really wanted him that badly. And an 09 first to replace the one I dealt. Salem's not as good as I was hoping, though. I don't need Radmanovich. Petro was in this draft. All right, no-brainer for me. Take this deal from the Grizzlies, get rid of a guy I don't need to free up cap space, get 2 future first-round picks. Continue to add to my collection of 2007 picks. I'm still going to lose this era, I'm telling you. Clippers have a second-round pick. You get trade offers. There might still be some people left. But for the most part, it'll be, do you want to kick the can down the road? Yeah, Kick the can down the road or hope somebody is available? What do you think? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Keep the pick or kick the can down the road. With probably, I mean, Utah just won. Probably New Jersey. New Jersey, Denver, Detroit, Houston. You did get fucked the last time you held on to it. That's true. Honestly, I'd probably take the freaking New Jersey deal or whatever. So, all right, kick it is. And that is it for a stunning draft. All things considered. Paul things considered? As Danny Granger has been acquired by chat, I have ended up with Chris Paul, Andrew Bogut, David Lee, Lou Williams, and Charlie Villanueva. I'm just still going to lose this era. I'm telling you. I just know it. I got my options on Bosch and West. You guys got your option on Mo Williams. Dude, I'm fucked. I'm telling you. Qualifying offers. Nobody to hold on to there for you guys. Nobody to hold on to there for me. That brings us to the moratorium period. Neither of us have any money to spend right now. For me, or for you guys, I mean, yeah, you're dropping all these dudes. Dude, Bo Outlaw was making 11 million. Jesus. Once that clears, you might actually have some money to spend. And for me, I'm dropping those guys. So no money for either of us to spend in the moratorium period. Yeah, nobody to worry about there. So the Clippers have $2 million in cap space. I have nothing. You're not likely to get much for that $2 million unless there's a prospect. We'll look at B potential and better. Actually, there's a ton of B potentials. I mean, most of them are going to be shit. So we'll go A- just to see if there's anybody. I mean, technically like Kirk Tinsley, but that would push you right up to the cap. And these guys are 26. Manuel Barea, that guy's 28. Zach Randolph's obviously too expensive. Harvey wants too much money. There's pretty much nobody for you guys to bring in to try to improve. I mean, unless you somehow hoped one of these two, like low 60s, would make it. So that's pretty much it then. If you want one of those guys, let me know, because they're not going to disappear off the free agent list. But another year of not much going on in free agency. And we're both going to have some big contracts coming due soon as well. Player progression for chat. Lamar Odom up to an 83. Elton Brand's currently hurt. I don't know if that injury's carrying over to the whole season. Richardson by 1, Mo Williams by 6, and J.R. Smith by 5. So Mo is eclipsed an 80. The big question is, what's the health status of Elton Brand? For me, Bosch by 4, Crawford by 3, West by 2, Allen by 3. This game doesn't know what it wants to do with Iguodala and Jefferson, but whatever, I'm just going to leave it. Grant got even worse. Oh my god, dude, that contract's going to be fucking untradeable. Was it worth it for Chris Paul to take on an absolutely abysmal Brian Grant contract, or is that going to come back to haunt me? That is the question. The 2006 draft is next. I'll be able to take some time probably off stream to make sure that no one's missing or anything like that. We'll trust Bork on this one. Yeah. We'll trust old Bork on this one again. And see what the scenario is heading into the year. Power Rankings has my Wizards in the top 10. Chat's Clippers at 21. But again, this upcoming draft, Andrea Bargnani, Rudy Gay, LaMarcus Aldridge, Adam Morrison, Thabo Cephalosha, Brandon Roy, Randy Foy, Rajon Rondo, JJ Redick, Kyle Lowry, Paul Millsap's in this draft, PJ Tucker. Interesting. This one actually looks pretty damn thorough. Heading into the year, Chat's Clippers look like this. Mo Williams at point guard. Shooting guard, J.R. Smith. Small forward, Quentin Richardson and Danny Granger. Power forwards, Elton Brand, who is healthy. Lamar Odom and Samaki Walker. Center, Melvin Ely. Meaning that your lineup looks like this. Mo Williams, J.R. Smith, Richardson, Odom, and Brand. Granger as the sixth man, with Eli, Walker, and Brandon coming off the bench. So, final thing to note, obviously we'll have to figure out like what you want your block and untouchables to look like. Your draft pick situations, you do not have a first in 2006. You do have these two 2007s being factored in. 2008, 2009, and your 2010s. So, still an interesting situation for the Clippers. And for my Wizards, Chris Paul at point guard. Shooting guards, Jamal Crawford, Tony Allen, and Lou Williams. Forward, Andre Iguodala. Power forwards, Chris Bosh, David West, David Lee, Brian Grant. Can I buy you out? There's no way anyone claims him, right? There's just no way. Fuck. And Charlie Villanueva. And at center, Al Jefferson, Andrew Bogut, Olumide Oyedeji, and Evan Eschmeyer. Damn. That is the best this team's looked. The coaching strats have me with Paul, Crawford, Iguodala, Bosh, and Bogut. West, Allen, Jefferson. I'm surprised Bogut's starting over Jefferson. David Lee off the bench. Lou Williams doesn't even get factored in, nor does Villanueva. So, again, for me, it becomes fairly obvious the approach. Chris Paul goes to the untouchables list. Shooting guard's a conversation. Iguodala goes nowhere. Bosh goes nowhere. Honestly, Bogut goes nowhere if it's already starting him over Jefferson. Although, yeah, maybe not. Bosh definitely doesn't move, though. I'm willing to hear some other deals. In terms of trades, I need to put Brian Grant on the block. There's no way he moves, though. And then Odeji and Eschmeyer. So, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Are the Wizards about to turn the corner? Is Chat's team still stuck in a bit of a middle ground, waiting to see what's going to happen? Also worth noting, this is the 2006 draft where I have potentially 2 picks, all ready for the 07 draft. 8 unprotected first-round picks for the Washington Wizards. Dude, if I lose this era, I'm done. I'm done. Like, I'm done, dude. If I lose this fucking era, I'll never live it down. I'll never live it down.